How's it going, everyone? I'm Isle, and I bring you some more StarCraft 2 from the ESL Masters Summer that was played over in Sweden recently. First of all, on the map Royal Blood, we have our red Terran player in the bottom left. It is Bunny from South Korea. His opponent is our Zerg player in the top right. He's also from South Korea. He is Solar. These two players are really awesome to watch. They're both really solid South Korean players. And I kind of feel when you look at them, like, they're players that a lot of people don't really remember. You don't think about them in terms of, you know, being some of the best in the world. And they really, really are some of the best in the world. Now, as we watch this Reaper kind of just flip-flopping back and forth. Ooh, sees a nice third base. Everything's normal. But yeah, in terms of their rankings, Solar at the moment is rank 10 according to Aligula. That's high. Bunny is no slouch. He's at rank 15. Like, these guys are top 20 players in the world, and I think they're very often overlooked, but they're both amazing. Maybe because they don't necessarily play the craziest styles, you know. Bunny isn't a Gumio, but he definitely does still play some really good StarCraft. This Reaper, by the way, almost getting 2 tumors. Did get the one, almost managed to grab the second one. Queens doing their best to keep it out. But yeah, Solar always goes a little underrated, and I think it's because he generally plays a very standard style. He plays a standard style really well, so he's known for that kind of defensive approach, even though I know he likes to think that he's a lot more offensive than what he is. But yeah, he's known for that defensive style and being hit by nukes. And I don't think he's ever gonna live that down. Losing his army, his Broodlord army to nukes. Still happens to the best of us. He is a absolutely monster player. Ooh, a little bit of a quick push out here with a ton of marine, well, ton. You know, that many and a rock. The rock is coming with, no, that many. Let's do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! I was considering whether I should. No, I count incorrectly on a video, which I wouldn't put it past myself. I'm not a mathematical genius. That's why we have computers. Computers can do the math for us. This Overlord, by the way, is in a really good position, seeing everything. How many barracks have we got yet? Oh, so it was a triple barracks opener. Now the factory comes up. Stimpack combat shields on the way. So yeah, definitely Bunny wants to... Where are you going? Wants to get a little bit aggressive with this. See if he can get something done. Where is this going? Did you accident... Yeah, okay, so somewhere there was a misclick there. I was about to say, you don't normally take this base as your third. At least not on Royal Blood. Actually, I don't think on any map do you take one that far forward. You can take it as your fourth. But yeah. Okay, yeah, we see Queens are ready to defend. Stim is almost done. +1/+1 starting up for Solar, by the way. There we go, Stim is done. Which means the Marines can start trying to deal some damage. They get a couple of kills on workers there. Zerglings just trying to be patient, bide their time, let the Queens do the defending. They have transfusers. Yeah, nothing too major. So far seems like a pretty solid defense from Solar. Bunny's going to have to start marching back because he does not have any medevacs yet, so the sustain in this army is pretty low. But behind that, that has allowed him to get his third base up. At the same time, we see the fourth for Solar finishing up. Baneling Nest, so it looks like it's going to be normal, yeah. Melee upgrades. Ling Bane, and we'll see what he wants to add in to supplement a little bit later on. 3 Zerglings get in. Ooh, they actually get an SCV. He's trying to get another one. Ooh, he does. Nice. Nice little move through there. Which is quite funny because Bunny had to attack with a whole bunch of Marines to get 2 worker kills, and Solar with 3 Lings is able to pick off a couple of workers. Okay, we see this attack moving on this side. Solar does know that it's coming. He's got a bunch of Queens. One falls pretty much instantly. Banelings are on the way, but speed is still very far from finished. Those Banelings are going to be slow Banes for a very long time. He cannot engage off creep. Good target fire there, getting rid of one of the Banelings, but this army is low. The medevacs need time to heal. They need a lot of time to heal. That army is very low. Ooh. Solar coming in from the other side. Yeah, you can't quite take that. Not while the medevacs are there. These Zerglings are meant to pick off reinforcements and things that cannot actually engage the full marine force. There you go. But yeah, so far, Bunny looking in a good position. Solar's got a good economy going, but we're going to start seeing the pressure being put on now by our Terran player. He's going to be pressing, it seems, from 2 different directions as these Marines try to pick off the Overlord, which they do get. Ooh, that base gets cancelled. Very good, pick up, and off you go. Slow Banelings still not great. That's a infestation pit. I was gonna say it's pretty quick, and then I looked at the time and I realized no, it's not that quick. So we're gonna be looking to go into Hive. +2 is almost done already. Both players on equal upgrades. Decent Baneling hits there. Not too bad. Bunny is going to keep advancing forward. He has some tanks to support this army right now, and this is a dangerous position to be in. He's setting up nicely there. Got his Marines going back and forth, trying to get a couple of workers. Solar so far is holding decent. He loses 4. It's not that important at this stage of the game, but obviously you don't want to lose any eco if you don't need to. Queens are doing their best to keep going. He's just trying to wait for those Banelings to finish. Baneling speed is done, so the Banelings are rolling around. Wow, he's really aiming for this third, and Solar knows that there's a ton of stuff here. Trying to get that wall down, so there's got a little bit more room to maneuver. Behind us, we do have the Hive as well as the Hydrogen. The hatchery. Okay, but those units are getting very low. That medevac is out of energy. Bunny's not going to stop though. He's continuing, although we see a massive run by here. That is a lot of Zerg trying to pull the Terran back home. Bunny isn't quite falling for it. There is a lot of reinforcements here and a tank on the high ground, but that's a lot of Zerg flowing into this base. 7 workers going down, and that army. Same time. Bunny he wants that base. Ling Bane's still getting some more worker damage done. I need to look at 2 places. He does get the base. Medevac does go down. Boost into the main. At the same time, the Zerg army is moving out. Okay, so the CC didn't fall, but we did see quite a lot of worker kills. With the Hydras out, they're going to be able to help deal with those medevacs a little bit better. Ooh, gotta be careful. A couple of Banelings could have hit that pretty hard. But obviously these guys know how to micro. They know how to keep their units alive. Hydra upgrades coming up behind this, as well as a couple of Vipers. Was it a couple or was it just one? Yep, it was a couple as per the norm. Ah, Zerglings. Ow, 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 ow. Take a little bit of tank fire. So yeah, retaking this base. The workers were moved over. Ooh, look at this. A late Widow Mine drop. That did not do anything, but nice attempt. Nice attempt. Solar's also got this 4th base saturated, so, you know, he's in a happy space. Vipers are starting to consume, trying to get some of their energy up. They're going to be very crucial for the next couple of defenses, and also when Solar wants to go on the offense. Lurker Den coming up as well, so Solar really aiming for that late game ultimate army. Hydra, Lurker, Viper with a little bit of Ling Bane support. It's got a lot of Lings. I wouldn't mind seeing some of them become Banelings. Thank you, Solar. Meanwhile, Bunny is just dancing. There is a run by going across. I'm going to try and keep my eye on both of them. I need to get a little picture-in-picture here. The Lurkers have energy. The Banelings are finished. Solar doesn't want to fight in range of the tanks, and he knows there's a lot of Terran down the ramp. You got to pick your battles as a Zerg player. Couple of blinding clouds come down. The banelings start rolling in. Decent connections. Army coming in from the other side. And this was a really good little attack here, or little defense here, rather, from Solar. Hydras are helping, but everything off creep is obviously not ideal. These Zerglings still doing a good job. Very solid little defense there. Solar being very patient. He's not rushing it. And he has a decent supply lead at the moment. Bunny's going to try and make some more of that army. He is continuing with tank production. He had a couple of Widow Mines. He's only got one factory, right? He's got 2 factories. Alright, but he's doing double tank. Okay, Solar looking to be in a solid position in this game. Couple of... I should stop saying a couple. You know, for the longest time... Ooh, that base gets cancelled. For the longest time, I thought couple was synonymous to few. So if you say a couple, you mean a few. Yep. I want to say up until recently, but recently in my mind is like 10 years ago, so, you know. But yeah, it took me a lot longer to realize. Now that might sound like, oh, have you recently started speaking English? Nope. Nope. Speak English my entire life. I do speak another language. I only speak 2 languages. Good job. Okay, there we see some lurkers. Anyway, so there's my couple things. So if I say couple, just know that I mean a bunch. Maybe I should start saying a bunch more. It's a pretty South African thing to say. Oh, it's like a bunch, eh? Okay, double Widow Mine, double medevac drop here, dropping a bunch of Marauders and Marines. A couple of Lings, yeah, more flood in to defend. Get in decent positions. Lurkers also coming. They're like, yeah, we can help, we can help. Okay, we can't help. We'll leave. Same time, we've got some Liberators. Bunny pushing in once again. He wants to solidify this position. Burrow the Lurkers. It's going to help a lot with the defense. Are we seeing any ghosts yet? Is the Ghost Academy out? No Ghost Academy yet. Björn did this in a recent game as well, where he just delayed his ghost. Now we see the Ghost Academy. Okay. There we go. Vipers getting a couple of good yoinks in. Abducting the Liberator and the tank into position where the rest of the army can fight. Blinding clouds going down. Hydra's having a great time at the back. The tanks are all falling, and all that there is left is a couple of medevacs. Okay, reinforcements do come rushing in. Once again, good hold by Solar. This base survives once again. More banelings on the way. Solar's doing some good work spending his money. But that eco lead that he has is definitely helping. Now obviously there are mules, but you can see at the bottom here, the eco difference is still, yeah, it's rather noticeable. Another split army here, moving to get rid of this base. It's going to look alright. Zerglings wrapping around the side. Hydra's attacking from the top of the ramp. And this is another good defense for Solar. He's looking really solid. Ooh, trying to yank those medevacs into range of the Hydralisk, but just not being able to manage it. Bunny's trying to do his best to keep Solar from expanding, but yeah, he's having a tough time. More tanks, more Liberators. These workers did end up going down here. So, you know, this little army did do its job. Got the worker counts to be a lot closer. Now it's only a 15 difference. Yes, please. I got the math right. Once again, attacking down this choke. Now, the problem with this is Solar has not been able to get his creep down here. And I think that's really something that he might not be happy about, because that's making his defenses a lot harder. Ton of Lings moving around again. And straight into the natural. A couple of Liberators going to set up, picking off a Ghost. That's always nice. Second Ghost firing from the high ground, but they're dealing so much damage in the natural at the same time. Bunny is trying to push in with this army, but I think Solar's just got enough. Yeah, there goes the blinding, the abducts, pulling everything into Lurker and Hydralisk range. Bunny's got to give up on this position because his natural got demolished. He's down to 44 workers. He is supply blocked at the moment, sitting on 146 supply. He's going to try to do something from this side. And yeah, maybe he can pick off a couple of workers. That's a lot of lurkers though. Solar's army looking very solid. This is looking like it's going to be a bit of an all-in here from Bunny. He's not remaking workers, he's just focusing on army, getting his ghosts out. But once again, we see a lot of Ling Bane running by, getting into the natural, getting into the third base position. And now wrapping around, they're going to try to catch this army from the back. If these Banelings can get a good connection. Solar's in a really, really good position. He's actually only got +1 for his ranged upgrades. Very interesting. Obviously at this time it's just rush to get more units out. Scanning, steady targeting coming out from those ghosts. You've got to be careful, they're being hit. Oh, a couple of great abducts on those ghosts, getting them into range once again. The lurkers are still alive. Bunny's not quite able to deal with them, even though he has a bunch of ghosts. Alright, so let's going to give up on this position. I'm going to go back a little bit because I missed this side. There was a lot of damage as Lings and Banes came running into this planetary once again. Banes getting some good hits on the SCVs while all of this was happening. So let's going to be comfortable with that. 5 workers. Bunny's down to 5. Liberators do set up, but yeah, they get taken out. Lurkers have both of their upgrades, which means they are as effective as they can be. Although they are affected by range. The ranged upgrades. So I would like to see them, at least see Solar, focusing on that. But yeah, money's tight, so this stage it is defend, defend, and here he goes with his entire swarm. Marching forward, the lurkers unburrowed, they're moving forward, Lings and Banes trying to catch that army. GG gets called. Solar takes game number 1. And here we are in game number 2 of this best of 3 series. The map is Kresvan, and Bunny is doing a normal barracks opener here on the high ground. Solar's got his hatchery on the low ground. Now this map tends to, I think, favor Terran. I do want to say that it favors Terran because in the split map scenarios, yeah, Terran is really hard to break. They can turtle quite nicely on this map with the same amount of bases as a Zerg player. But Solar apparently doesn't mind it too much. From what I do understand, from what I've been hearing from, you know, other content creators and stuff like that, this map pool is a little bit Terran favored. I don't think it matters too much in this matchup, but you know, there is a thing. I am ready for a new map pool though, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll have to see. The Team Liquid map contest did just recently finish, so we'll see if there are any more maps coming up soon, because obviously new maps is always exciting, and considering that I've been playing a lot of StarCraft again, I'm keen to dig my hands into some new maps, but we'll see when they come out. Here's the Reaper. We see the usual dance between Reaper and Zergling, waiting for the Queen to come out. Will a drone die? Will a Zergling die? So much drama in the early game. Not really. Okay, factory coming up, and then a CC, so a little bit of a delayed starport to get that third CC open. Pretty normal. Good build, and yeah, we'll see. Third hatch coming up for Solar, getting his speed. He's got 1 drone still in gas, so oh yes, go Reaper man, you can do it. All right, or not, fine, just leave, just give it up and leave. There we see the starport, both players just kind of powering up. We're seeing the Hellions coming. Yeah, Bunny actually didn't go for Hellions previously, in the previous game, so we'll see. This build looks very normal as opposed to the triple racks opener that he had previously. And I think this is good. Get the Hellions to control the creep as they come here to meet up with the Reaper. Get your eco up, get your tech up, and then start pushing. Viking first from the starport. Gonna try clear some overlords out. Overlord positioning seems to be decent here from Solar. He's able to see, but the reaction time is a little bit late. Bit of an Evo chamber block there to stop the Hellions from just riding straight through and roasting drones. That's 3 down already. Okay. Good control from Solar in the end. I think that could have been a lot worse. I mean, you never really want to lose any drones early on, but 3 is manageable. If you lost upwards of 5, then I think he's in a serious problem. That Hellion does get back to its other Hellion buddies, and it gonna go exploring again. Viking picking off the Overlords. Put Solar in a bit of a supply block, obviously not too major. Baneling Nest coming up, and we see a Spore Crawler. Spine Crawler, that's the one. Next from the starport is going to be a Liberator. A little bit of Liberator harassment. Viking's still just trying to be annoying. It's like, I'm going to find an Overlord somewhere. A lot of Lings coming up. Solar's planning on doing a little bit of an attack here. Oh, watch out, Lings. The burn buggies are coming. Okay, Solar sees the Liberator. Spores, or is he just going to defend with Queens? Okay, he's got a lot of Queens. Oh. So far, Solar being defensively very solid. Bunny's playing a good game as well. Well, good series. That first game, I think he did very well, but Solar's defense just pretty good. And that economy. Ooh. This Liberator. 4 workers, because the Queens were pulled to the other side. Ugh, that's not ideal. That actually puts Bunny very close behind in workers. I mean, not so much now, because Solar was making a round of drones, but yeah. Upgrades, looking pretty decent. Stimpack almost finished, +1/+1 started. We have the double Evo chamber coming up now. Do we have Baneling Speed on the way yet? Not quite. We're still waiting for the lair to finish. Okay, there we go. Lair finishes up. We'll probably see Baneling Speed start up immediately. Yep. And that's going to be needed. Now, what is Bunny going for? It seems like he's just going for Marines now. He went into a couple of Hellions, but it's not going to do any Hellbat shenanigans and stuff like that. More barracks is coming up. Well, they are up. Getting their reactors. Powering up for a solid mid-game push here for Bunny. And at this stage, this Viking, how many Overlords have gone down? Okay, this is only going to be the 3rd. Actually, not that bad, but that is essentially 300 minerals. And it's still early game. Okay, clearing up some creep. This is good. Baneling Speed isn't quite done yet. It's almost there. I would have thought Bunny would have waited for +1 to finish in combat shields, but yeah, he's looking very excited to get on to this. Also, does he have any medevacs out yet? 2, they are on the way. Solar sending a bunch of Lings across it once again. Is he going to try pick off the reinforcements? Bunny setting up nice and deep. Got his tanks. Got his Hellions. Got the backup there. I always love seeing this, you know, how the Terran plays like this. This is actually a really fun thing, and one of my favorite parts of the matchup is this really kind of methodical approach that a lot of Terrans take to this matchup. It's a lot about, you don't just move into position. You got to set up, you got to get your tanks ready, make sure you're only taking part of your Marine army so you don't die to just a couple of Banelings. And yeah, it gets really technical, and then obviously the Zerg has to react to it. So CVT has always been, I think, one of the more popular matchups, probably the most popular matchup. But yeah, definitely it's those little kind of intricacies that make the matchup really exciting. And also you often get Terrans that are like Beyond doing a lot of stuff. Bunny playing a little bit more straightforward, just pushing down the middle of the map, getting his reinforcements, just pushing them to the front, setting it up. And yeah, this does leave Solar to go for a massive Ling run by. Is he just going to keep defending with what he has here? Or is he going for a surround? It's quite a distance to be surrounding. Good pickup micro here from Bunny, making sure those Marines don't get taken out by a single Baneling. SCV goes to its death by Queen. Wow. Yeah, it was a surround. Here we go. The Zerglings and the Banelings coming in from the other side. Solar pushing on both sides. And he is telling Bunny to get the heck out of there. Yeah, one Baneling does go down. These Marines are standing and fighting, but no, now they're going to lift up. And the Medivacs are going to ferry them across. Alright. Very good that Solar was able to break that position. Once again, he's going into the Hydralisks and Infestation Pit. He wants to get those +3 upgrades as soon as possible. Probably moving into that. Ooh! Dropping straight on top of those Queens. I got a little bit nervous there. I thought he accidentally misrallied. But that was intentional. Whew. Second army moving here up to the north. They're going to get rid of this base. Ooh, what am I? Some workers are starting to fall. There's a lot happening in this game once again. Oh, the Queens! The poor Queens. Oh, so that base does get down. Widowmine gets put on its place there. And this dual pushing here, making things really difficult for Solar. I think Bunny's doing a really great job in this game. Oh! Those Banelings hit a little bit harder than they probably should have. But yeah, we have a lot of workers that have gone down. The Viking finally falls. In terms of the losses, yeah, look at that. Look at that difference. It's almost double the resources, well, the minerals lost for Solar. Bunny being very efficient with his trades in this game. Cancelled this base once again. The Widowmine gets taken out before the Zerglings do. Hydra is out. You got to be careful with the Medivacs now. Pushing now on the other side. This is requiring Solar to do a lot of splitting up. Seems to be okay. Boosting into the main. Just going to have to pick up immediately. It's going to stand and fight against the Lings a little bit. Yeah, that's going to force a lot of Solar's army around. At the same time, there are a ton of Marines here at the back. Oh, Bunny's doing a really good job. He's pulling Solar left and right. Ooh, one Baneling does do a good job over there. At the same time, here comes the rest of the army marching straight down the middle. Oh, watch out, Bunny! Yeah. Just dropping, attacking from many different points. Bunny making it very difficult for Solar to mount a good defense. And he has been hindering that economy quite well. Widowmines. Oh! There was a lot of Banelings to kill those Widowmines. I think it was a Widowmine hit as well. At the same time, we have a drop here in the main. The other drop is somewhere still doing a bunch of damage. But I want to keep my eyes on the main fight as Bunny is just going to be pushing up. He has a very solid supply lead. More workers are falling. Blinding Cloud. That's nice. But yeah, those units, they can move. GG is called. Whew. Bunny showing off his multitasking skills and taking game number 2. It is match point in this best of 3 series. Our final map is Babylon. That was a very good game. Bunny played that one really, really well. His multitasking and just multi-pronged harassment, just able to really do the job for him. Clutch that win in the end, just pulling Solar left and right. We'll see what they do for this final game. So far, nothing too out of the ordinary. Yeah. Okay. Solar's going to be looking to take, yep, that base. And we see the barracks. Very usual approaches here for both of these players. I like the way these two have been playing. I think, yeah, they've both been playing really well. Solar did pretty much the same, or tried to do pretty much the same in the previous match as he did in game number 1. But yeah, Bunny definitely upped his harassment. Having those 2 Medivacs on various sides, attacking different bases, while his main army is pushing through the middle. Makes it really dangerous. And he was able to cancel a lot of bases. Really just make it so that Solar couldn't settle in that position that he likes to be in and aim for that late game army that he so dearly likes. Very good. Very, very solid. Yeah, for this final game. Babylon, as a map, pretty solid. Nothing too crazy about it. And so far, neither of these players doing anything too crazy. So it should be another decent macro game. Okay, workers pulled out of gas. 2 so far. Couple of lings. Okay, and we're going once again. Bunny choosing to go factory. And is he going to go CC next? Marines coming out. Third CC. Yeah, the Zerg CC. That little pulsating CC. Okay, here we get to see the Reaper once again. Ooh, the Zerg and Terran early game dance. Dum dum dum. A Zergling will die. Tragedy. This used to be a very tricky part of the game back in the days. I mean, I've been watching StarCraft for a pretty long time, and I remember the earlier Wings of Liberty and earlier Heart of the Swarm tournaments where things were a lot more drastic. People are still figuring it out. And I mean, this game, it's not an easy game, so people are still figuring things out. Really? Was that necessary? Bunny, you horrible person. Alright, Bunny has to lose. He has to lose. He killed the critter. I know it's a vulture, and vultures might not be everyone's favorite, but that's just rude. Unacceptable work here. Ban him. I'm joking. Remove him from all future to no, don't do that. I love Bunny. I think Bunny's a great player. But killing critters, there's not really any excuse for that. Ooh. Pre-4 minute Roach Warren. Solar wants to get a little bit aggressive. Taking another gas. It's going up to 3 gases. So we can have a nice little roach opener for a change. Now these can hit really hard, especially if the Terran player is not ready for it. It has been a 1-1-1, so we don't see a third CC yet. It looks like for the moment it's going to be 2 base Terran. Marauders coming up with their concussive shells. He's going very heavy with the Marauders. This is a Hellbat push. Yeah, with the Marauders and concussive shells, this is a Hellbat push. I don't know how I feel about Hellbat pushes. I think they're great on the ladder, but the pros seem to know how to deal with them. So, yeah, more Hellions, and as soon as that concussive shells finishes, yeah, we're going to see the move out. So it's 3 Marauders, as many Hellions as he can have. At this stage, he has 6. I think he would have wanted a little bit more than that. The armory is almost finished. Oh, almost. Timing here is going to be tight. But there we go, dropping the Marauders. But there are a lot of roaches. If this was a Ling Bane army, or just Lings, I think it would have worked. But, yeah, Solar's got a ton of roaches and a couple of Ravagers. And by a couple, I mean 3. At the same time, Zergling's getting in. So, yeah, that Hellbat push failed quite badly. And now we have a lot of Zerg that is walking straight over to the doorstep of Bunny. The Hellbats are going to, well, the Hellions are going to convert to Hellbats now, but Roaches don't care so much for Hellbats, especially without Blue Flame. And with the Roaches and the Ravagers, I mean, Ravagers do still take damage from them, but Roaches, not so much. SCV's being pulled. GG. Bunny realizes that he cannot take it. Oh, good game up until this point, but unfortunately, yeah, just kind of build order win there for Solar. Anyway, this is a really great series. I think Solar did amazing. Bunny played well. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more StarCraft 2 action. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.